Welcome to Change It Up, the daily workout sponsored by Core Health and Fitness. I'm Denise Druce, your instructor for today, coming to you from Salt Lake City, Utah. We are committed to keeping our community healthy and happy and connected during this difficult time. Join us every day for a fabulous workout.
Let's just take a few moments to center, to nourish our bodies, to find just a few moments of restorative movement in our bodies. Maybe just in some gentle movement, we can find a little more joy in our day, in our bodies. As you take deep breaths, feel your spine getting taller. And as you exhale, feel your shoulders just dropping away from your ears. Inhale, sit a little taller. Exhale to feel your shoulders dropping away from your ears. Take a moment to just notice where you are, like physically the room or the space that you find yourself in. Where you are physically, and a moment to notice where you are mentally, what's going on in your head, what thoughts are showing up. Maybe even emotions. As you continue this breath that helps you sit a little taller, let's put some gentle movement into our neck. So exhale to drop an ear to a shoulder. Inhale back to center and exhale to the other shoulder. So just starting to open up the sides of the neck. In the book Pathways to Joy, Vivekananda says, let us come into that consciousness of the oneness of everything and let us see ourselves in everything. I am not one limited little being. I am one with the universal. So as you just do these gentle movements, know that you're doing these movements with others. You're part of something bigger. Roll your chin to your chest and start to make half circles through the neck. And then if your neck feels comfortable with that, you could make that into a little bit more of a full circle, being careful not to drop your head back too far. And then just reverse direction. And as we come back to center, let's roll the shoulders up by the ears, back and down. Let's do nice big circles, almost like a big shrug. Shoulders on your back and down. As your shoulders come up, feel the length through your sides. As your shoulders go back, feel the space in the front. Lengthen your sides. Space in the front. Sweeping the arms up overhead. Let's take a hold of one wrist and stretch that side long. And then switch. Side to side, giving yourself a little more room to breathe through the rib cage, through the side body. Reaching the hands up, let's cactus the arms and open through the chest. Look up. Inhale, fingers high. Exhale, elbows down. Keep your chin lifted a little bit as you move your arms. Matching movement with breath. A little break to nourish your body. And fingertips come behind. Let's walk the hands back as far as we can. Pull the chest forward, collarbones open. Press into the earth with your hands and lift your chest. Breathe as deeply as you can here, exaggerating the stretch in the front of your body. And then as we release that, let's walk the hands forward onto the ground, out in front of us, chin to chest, feeling the back of the body. And then just start to drop one shoulder and then the other, just rocking your shoulders from side to side. Feeling a stretch down both sides of your back and maybe even creeping its way into your hips. So we'll come back up and sweep our legs around. Let's find a tabletop position. And in this tabletop position, just extend one of your legs back, tucking the toes under, and press the calf, press the heel into the floor, stretching through the calf. Breathe deeply. And then pick up that same foot and cross it over and start to feel a stretch in the side of that hip of the extended leg. So you might drop onto the outside of the foot and just kind of drop the hip down. Might feel good to roll back and forth or just to hold one position with your breath. Breathing into the outer edge of your hips. Coming back to center, switching sides, extend the other leg, dropping the heel, stretching the calf. Filling with breath. And then take that leg across. Find the outer edge here if you want to roll around through the foot and kind of lift and lower the hip. Get a little bit creative about what you find there. Returning to a tabletop, let's widen our knees and drop the hips back over the heels. The arms can stay extended and maybe the hips stay a little bit elevated so that we can shift our hips right and left. As we just swing the hips like they're in a hammock, see if you can notice anything happening on the outside of your hip or the inside, the inner thigh. You might notice your chest getting a little closer to the earth. Let that swinging become a little bit smaller and settle yourself into child's pose. You might be able to set the forehead down. If that doesn't feel good, bring a hand under your forehead. Exhale. Return to a tabletop position. Now let's lower ourselves all the way down onto our bellies. And here in this prone position, we're just going to do little backwards lifting motion. So inhale onto your fingertips and exhale back down. This can be as small or big as you like. Keep your glutes semi-relaxed and just move through the muscles up and down your spine. the next inhale, either pause here in Cobra or come up into upward facing dog on the tops of your feet and just turn your head to the right and the left. Just loosen up through the neck. Lengthen your belly. And then let's tuck our toes and lift into downward facing dog. In down dog, just pedaling the heels. One leg bent and one leg straighter. With your left foot on the ground, take your right toes and place them on the back of your left heel and use your toes like fingers to press your heel to the ground. Just use your own toes like a little assist to anchor your heel down. And then keep that heel anchored as you raise your right leg in the air. Circle your ankle, bend your knee, open through the hip. Put a lot of movement in that top leg. And then return that foot to the ground. And see if you can tell a difference in your left ankle, left heel, and right side. And then let's just switch that. Left toes on the back of the right heel, pressing down. And as you press your heel down, lift your hip high. Your right heel stays down. Raise that left leg, wiggle your toes. Circle your ankle, bend your knee, open up your hip. And let's return to downward facing dog. Soften the knees and walk the feet to meet the hands. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then sweep the arms up high, extended mountain. Cactusing the arms into a back bend. Inhale, lift high, and slowly fold, forward fold. Let's do that again, just easing our way back up, extended mountain. Cactus the arms back, bend. Inhale high, and fold forward. And we'll do that once more. Reach high. Open the elbows. Reach high. And bring the fingers back to the floor. Forward fold. Pressing hands to shins, lift halfway. And step back again into downward facing dog. Let's shift forward into plank pose and back into dog. And you're welcome to do this on your knees or up on your toes. And coming forward, holding plank pose. You can be on your knees or your toes. Just lift one foot and then the other. Let's just build a little bit of heat there in the center before we move on. And as we drop our knees to the ground, we'll come up to a kneeling position. And let's take one foot forward, out into a lunge, and let's just explore lunging forward and coming upright. Lowering down and coming up, and we'll just start an exploration here in the front of the hip flexor, front of the hip. The next time forward, let's drop our fingers to the floor and we'll extend that front leg, now finding the back of the opposite leg. Front of one hip, back of the other. Movement with breath. Just taking a break to nourish our body with movement. Coming forward into a kneeling lunge, let's tuck the back toes, lifting the knee. We'll walk our hands toward the long edge of the mat, and let's start movement here, side to side. This can be a very small bend in the knee, or if you like, you can come all the way down, bending that knee to sit on the heel. Just kind of noticing what your body needs and asks for here. If you're upright, it's a very small bend in the knee. If you're down low, it can be a deep squat. And let's make our way toward the back edge or the left leg, and we'll drop the knee to the ground. Coming to an upright position, you can bring your hands to your hips and just explore lowering and lifting here. Stretching and lengthening through quad and hip flexor. Our body responds better when we ask than when we tell. So ask your body what it's up for here. Invite rather than force and push. Let's bring the hands to the floor this time and begin that hamstring stretch of rocking back and forth. From hip flexor in one leg to hamstring in the other. As we come forward, let's tuck the toes, lift the back knee, and we'll come again to a wide straddle. Finding a place here, you can rest your hands on the floor, maybe you're on a chair. We're going to take a twist. So with the left hand in the center, raise the right arm up, and then we'll switch. If you're sitting in a chair, you might just try twisting from side to side with your breath. Inhale as you open to one side. Exhale as you lower. Turning to center. Bring our feet a little bit closer together, heel, toe, heel, toe. A little bit wider than hips distance apart. Let's put a nice bend in our knee and then straighten the legs. Bend and straighten. Coming down into a little chair with the head lifted and then folding. With the knees bent, let's bring the hands to the thighs and we'll slowly press up to center. Back into mountain pose with nice big circles in the shoulders. Standing with the feet a little bit wider. Take the left arm across the body and just make a big circle around. And then the right arm across the body, the circle around. Like you're drawing a circle around you with the back of your hand. And then start to add a little lunge to that, side to side. Nourishing movement. Increasing our circulation. Increasing the flow of energy. Allowing all of the parts of our body to communicate with each other. Let's go one more time to each side. And then we'll rest our hands on our hips. Bring your feet just slightly in and shift your hips to one side where you can feel a little bit of sensation opening here and on the inner thigh. Just a little sideways shift. And come back to center switch. One hip goes out, so you're feeling an outer edge and an inner edge at the same time. Try that again, both ways. One outer and one inner. Countering all the sitting. Coming back to center, bring your hands to your hips, feet closer together. Take a gentle standing back bend. Pressing the hips forward, opening the chest. Take deep breath into your body. Returning to center, let your fingers trace the back of your legs, flat back all the way down into a forward fold. Holding on to your ankles or your heels, gently pull yourself down into a deeper stretch. Your knees can be as bent as you like. Exhale. And with your hands on your mat, bring yourself back into a tabletop position. Let's bring our legs out in front of us, extended into Dandasana or staff pose. And in this staff pose, let's bend our left knee, and we're going to take a hold of the outside of our left foot, so that as we lift that leg, we're just going to find something here in the side of the leg. So sitting with a tall spine, reach your other arm behind you, and you can reach it back in a big twist, or you might even set it on the floor. Opening through the chest, turning to look over your right shoulder. Breathe deeply. And as we come back to center, use a hand to help you bend and extend that knee, finding Dandasana. And then we'll bend the left knee. The right hand comes to the outside of the left foot. Sit as tall as you can as you extend your leg and reach your arm out beside you or even behind you. Noticing what's happening in the outside of your hip, the IT band, tensor fascia lata, side hip. Bring your back hand around to help bend the knee and release the foot. If you have a block nearby, bring that close to your mat and we'll roll down onto our backs, hugging knees to chest. Move your knees from side to side. And then placing the feet on the floor. If you've got a block, you're going to slide it under your hips. Another option is to take two fists and place your fists right under your sacrum. And then we're going to draw the knees in and lift up into waterfall. This is also nice if you want to get close to the wall and put your heels up against the wall. This is a restorative pose known as the Fountain of Youth. Close your eyes. Relax your brain. Literally feel your brain release its holding. Imagine your brain just slackening back into the back of your head, a little less tension around the forehead and temples. Unclench your jaw, let your back teeth be slightly separated. Feel softness behind your eyes. Feel your forehead softening. Feel your cheeks soft on the inside and the outside. And put just the tiniest hint of a smile on the insides of your lips. You can release the hands or the block under the hips. Put a soft bend in the knees. Let the heels come back down. Allow your feet to come to the earth and just stretch your body out long. Arms reaching up high, legs reaching far below you. Take a giant breath in and an audible exhale. Let your arms come down to your sides, and we'll just rest here in Shavasana for about 5 breaths. Take the slowest, longest breaths in and out. Take another deep breath in with an audible exhale. And then start to roll to one side. Take a moment to center yourself here on your side with eyes closed, body calm. Very slowly come back to a seat, keeping eyes closed. And you can stay here and take a few more deep breaths. And when you're ready, just open your eyes and step into what's next.